Hey guys, so first off I just want to thank everyone for their amazing support and just feedback on my video yesterday of my self-cathing. It was really nice, getting all this amazing feedback, with messages and just comments, and so yeah, I really appreciate everyone's support and just, good vibes towards my video of self-cathing. But if you thought that I was revealing on that video, this video is gonna top the cake. So there's something that I've, tried keeping very private, even more so all my life, and again, only very close family and friends know, but today I want to share that with you all. Here it goes. I wear a diaper. Okay, so like I said in my video with cathing, it's sometimes hard for people with spina bifida to control their bodily functions. I think I said that. I'm pretty sure I did, since that's kind of something that is important in sharing about cathing. And it's not just with peeing that it's hard. It's also with pooping. So when I was younger, I used to have a lot of accidents of both kinds. So I would, pee myself, I would poop myself. So, wearing a diaper was a necessity. There was no other way around it. And now, since I got the Mitrofanoff, which is, the cathing that I do through my belly button that you guys saw in my previous video if you saw it. Thanks to the Mitrofanoff, I was able to get more sensation afterwards, and so, it not only helped with my peeing situation, also helped with my pooping situation. So, after that I was able to feel more, when I had to poop, and I, have been able to hold it in longer. And it's just, really helped me out. But before that, the struggle was real. I remember, having a whole bunch of accidents of both kinds, and they would happen just anywhere. They would happen in school, they would happen at, family members' houses, parties, friends' houses. It's just anywhere you could think of, it happened. And it definitely, made it hard to be confident and social and outgoing when, I was going through that. I've had a lot of traumatic experiences due to it, but one of them that I remember most is probably when I went to Springfield with my 8th grade class, and the rest of the 8th grade classes in my school. So before, I used to take Miralax, which is like a powder. I'm sure most of you know about it, but it's a powder to help with your digestive system. And I wanted to go to Springfield, but both me and my mom were worried about what if I had an accident there. And this was already when I got the Mitrofanoff, but I think my body still, it took it time to learn, how to control itself either way with the Mitrofanoff, just with my bodily functions and all that. But anyway, so we thought it would be a good idea to not take the Miralax, so that way I wouldn't poop that day, because they would all just stay in there. That was a stupid idea, because, I went to Springfield, and the whole day I was fine, nothing happened. My cathing situation was fine, and I didn't really feel the need to go to the bathroom much at all, but that good roll didn't last long. When we were coming back, I started to feel my stomach hurt, and when I get diarrhea, I get this certain kind of pain. Well, I'm sure everyone does, but anyways, so I got the pain, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. And I started panicking, but I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna sleep it off, and if I do, it'll probably like go away. I don't know why I thought that, because that's not how it ever goes. But I tried to sleep it off, but the more I tried it, you know, the more it kept hurting, and it was just funny, because if you guys have ever seen the movie Bridesmaids, you know, when that girl is in the wedding dress and she like has to go run outside, and she's like, oh my god, it's gonna happen, and then she's like, it happened. That was literally me, except I was just sitting, and while it was happening, we were like in a coach bus coming back home, and as it was happening, I obviously, you know, felt it happen, because it was me, you know, going through it, and then obviously I could smell it. Unfortunately, and naturally, other people were smelling it too, but they didn't know what it was. But I did, you know, I was hearing comments like all over the bus of people who were around me. They're like, oh my gosh, what is that? What's that smell? That smells so gross. So if anyone in middle school was in my bus that day and was wondering, now you know. So there's your answer to that mystery. And I just remember, like, you know, hearing all these comments that made me feel even worse. But I texted my aide that I had with me, and then I was like, I need to tell you something, and then she came over, and, you know, we whispered to each other what had happened, and she wasn't surprised or anything, because she knew my situation, and she actually made me feel a lot better, so I thank her for that. But she's like, okay, don't worry, we're just gonna call your parents, tell them what happened, bring you some extra clothes, and we'll get you off the bus last, you know, so no one really has to know about this. She did however have to tell like the rest of the staff on the bus, just so they're aware. And so yeah, everyone got off the bus. I got off last, and my parents had you know, clean clothes for me, and I got off the bus last, like I said. And then I kind of held it together until I got home, and then, you know, after I was clean, I kind of just broke down, and I was just like, oh my gosh, why me? This is horrible, and it was so annoying. And then I remember that I was able to avoid my classmates a few days, so I'm pretty sure that was like on a Friday. But then come Monday, I was in one of my classes, and my teacher asked the class what we thought of the trip, and then suddenly a girl screams across like the room to one of her friends. She's like, oh my gosh, do you remember that smell? And then the other girl was like, yeah, it was like so gross. And then the teacher just kind of like shushed them, and she's like, oh, you guys, what are you talking about? Like, you're being weird. And she kind of gave me a look to see if I was okay, but I just like pretended like whatever. But that was definitely one of my most traumatic experiences. I've had a lot of them, but that's just one of the ones that I remember most. Yeah, it's just been like a lifelong struggle. It's definitely something that it's not ever, I think, gonna be easy for me to fully embrace or accept, but I mean, this is my life, and I really can't change it, so that's why I'm sharing with you all, because, you know, it's something that I have to go through, and I know a lot of you are thinking, well, you could have just kept this private and no one would have to know, and it could just be like, you know, your own secret and struggle, but I mean, sure, but, you know, even though now I rarely have accidents, like, literally now I wear the diaper because of a security blanket, because the accidents happen literally like 10% of the time now. Well, before it was like 90% of the time. But it's still a possibility that it could happen. So, you know, if you know, I want to be around people that if it were to happen to, they will be okay with it, and, you know, they're not gonna like get freaked out or not want to, I guess, hang around with me anymore, whether that be friendship wise or relationship wise. And if you remember me saying in my sex video, there was something due to sex that I couldn't share yet because I was uncomfortable. This is intertwined. So when I have sex, to reduce the risk of crapping on my partner, I have to empty out my system, you know, so I don't crap him or me or whatever. So, you know, whoever I'm with, you know, sexually has to be okay with, you know, that, and he has to be okay with, you know, possible accidents. I know it's obviously not something that is very, I guess, fun to happen or, you know, be around, but it's my reality, and it's just something that I will always have to go through, regardless of now my mental health enough made it much more easier for me to, you know, hold my my bodily functions. But like I said, now it's more of a security blanket. I can definitely hold in my pee a lot longer now. I can definitely hold in my poop a lot longer now, and even my diarrhea. However, I can only hold it for so long where I still have less of a time to hold it in than most of you guys. So that is my biggest secret, my biggest reveal, my biggest demon, I guess. I'm literally nervous to share this as I'm recording this, but I just felt it needed, and I just wanted to do this, you know, because like I said, I know it's not the best scenario or easy to deal with, but if anyone else goes through something like this, you know, I just want to show that, you know, like I said, it's not the best scenario, but it's something that you may have to go through too, and it's best to try and accept it and just, you know, not let it get you too down. I know it's hard, especially when accidents do happen or have happened, but the right people who, you know, are supposed to be in your life won't care, and they'll accept it, and I thankfully had that, you know, from all sides, and it's something that I don't want to hide anymore, and it's something that I thought I should share. Yeah. Again, I'd love comments. You can ask me any questions in case I didn't cover something that, you know, you wanted to know. Yeah, so any comments, questions, feel free. You can, again, totally share this. If, you know, you go through this too and you want to share my story to just you yourself reveal something like this, you can use me as an icebreaker again, or you can just share in general to share my story. And that's it. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!